Today we're going to deal with another locomotive that I personally find very iconic. When I think of Lionel, this is one of the trains that comes to mind, and that's going to be today's unboxing. So let's get to it right now. So here we go. We're going to crack open this just delivered package and have a look inside. This is a locomotive that I've kind of been waiting on for a while. Not just waiting for a good price on it, actually waiting for one that I really wanted to do a repair video with this one. So finding one that is in need of repair also brings down the cost of these locomotives too. So it was another kind of as-is deal, which is fine by me. Very well taped, that's for sure. So let's free it from its plastic and see what we've actually got now that it is in my hands. And sure, whatever. There we go. Yes. The Streamline 221. Now, this one has definitely seen some stuff. It's got kind of a makeshift pickup shoe here. Someone's done a very interesting job with that. But other than that, it looks like all of its parts are basically here. The driver arms are a little bit bent up, but I knew that from the picture again. Like this, what I'm seeing here right now is really accurate to what the photograph was. So I kind of knew what I was getting into, really. And I'm just going to assume right now that this is not a running locomotive. It's got a little bit of corrosion happening in it, some extra paint on it. Looks like someone was maybe thinking of doing a two-tone job on it. Oh, and we got, hey, there's a great repair. There we go. Scotch tape. Of course, the best thing for binding metal together. So, I mean, this is definitely a cool purchase. I really like these locomotives. Like I said, I didn't want to pay a whole lot for this one, and I wanted to get one that I could repair for the channel for you guys, and that is exactly what I got. And even if this motor doesn't work, I might still be able to be ahead on this because I got a spare. And all I need, really, possibly, are these wheels. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get this motor out, and let's kind of have a look and see what we got. There's the screw holding on the rear trucks, screw holding on the front pilot, and then this great big, partially stripped screw in the top. So let's start with that one and see if it's actually holding anything in. Kind of just barely. It's kind of bent too. That's interesting. So we got that out. I think we're going to need to get our wrench, remove these arms from the wheels. So what I'm going to do is get this off next. So we need our flathead to back this off. Oh boy, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Someone got an impact gun to tighten that bit down. There we go. Put that over there. And now we've got the motor out. And this, just like our pre-war 1668, it's got this funky little tab holding on its light. And this one is really tight. So there we go. I wonder if I'll just take the bulb out while I'm at it here, because I'm sure that probably doesn't work. Poke this all through. There's our shell. there is our motor. So, just for the fun of it, let's open up this brush plate and see what we got. Take that. This is one dirty train. The brushes are nubs. We'll just get it past all of this cat and dog hair. Not much left of those. That's pretty bad. Yep. So this is a mess. A big one. So what I'm thinking right away, I need this. That's useless to me. And I need these wheels. So I'm thinking it's time to put this bad boy back in action. This one's all together. I know this runs. I know this E-unit works. All I need is the running gear and the body, and I can put this together, and in fact, even have a replacement for this broken arm. Now, I don't know if this is a bolt in here. Is this... or is this a rivet? Doesn't look like a rivet on the other side. And it is. Sweet. Because I have the replacement. Mine is a little bit bent. That's fine. I can straighten that out. But at least I don't have to buy a new part. I'm going to pop off the arms so I can get those wheels off. And I don't even have to get all of them off. All I need is the center ones, because they're the ones with the extended post to handle the extra fancy bits. So, just like you may have seen in some of the other videos, I am going to pop these wheels off using a screwdriver method. Because once again, the wheel puller isn't going to work because the pin in the center there, whoop, stepped on the bubble, bruh. Because the pin on the center there is too small for my particular improvised wheel puller. Got my screwdrivers ready, and I just want to get off the center wheel. Once again, we're going to stick it in between the gear and the body here, and going to twist one screwdriver this way and the other one in the opposite direction, and that will lift the wheel right off. Boom. And there it is. I got both of them. We're already halfway there. So what I'm going to do is clean off what looks like cow dung in here. So I'm going to get my flathead screwdriver, which is now going to be a scraper, and unpack this thing. Get all of that yummy crud out of there. And it's great that these center wheels are the only ones that come off, because if they go on not straight, they're not going to affect the wobble of the train, because it's the front and rear ones that do. So now we're going to go to my spare motor and do the same thing to pop this center wheel up and out. And maybe I can clean this one off too while we're here. And then let's drop these wheels in here. So, lining everything up. Let's get the gear side, and it has the shaft. And while we've got it out, let's get my wheel bearing grease. Put some new grease on that axle. Without the hair. There we go. good to go. And let's just try to get them as close as possible here. Let's put it at 12 o'clock high. And there we go. So those are all lined up. Now the other side, we need them to be quartered. So we've got 12 o'clock here, and we've got quarter past here. And that's how I'm going to set up this wheel as well. Just like so. And then we are going to get my tool, which is also known as my vise, and we're going to put these wheels back together. And there's the bubble wrap again. So what I'm going to do is hold it in place, open up the jaws here, and kind of line everything up so that the jaws are, for the most part, on the axle opening. Don't like how it's moving that. Maybe what I'll do first, maybe set it a little bit better. Now we have everything lined up, and we are good. We can actually test it and see to make sure we got everything lined up properly by putting the arms back on. And if they sit good, which they do, we are good to go. So I'm going to finish bolting the wheels on. Looking good there. No binding, everything is smooth. We're in good shape. Okay, so next, what we can do is maybe give some attention to this here. See if I can gently persuade the other arm back straight without wrecking anything. So I don't know what happened to that, but something happened to it. You either move it very slowly, just subtle movements, or another way to do this without the concern of breaking it is to heat it up a little bit, soften the metal a bit, and it'll bend very easily as well. But that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So that's done. We can get that out of the way. And I'm actually going to scrub this mess out. Just a little bit of dish soap and just a regular hand scrub brush. Cleaned it up pretty good. Got a lot of the stuff out of it. So I am just going to wipe it dry right now. And then probably give it a quick rub down with either WD-40 or some other kind of penetrating oil, whatever you got. Just kind of protect it a little bit more. It didn't come perfectly clean, but I got a lot of the stuff out of it. We're dry. Still got a little bit of corrosion in there, but that's okay. The back of this looks like it was dragged across the ground, or someone tried to cut it. Actually, I have another shell of this. Let's have a look. I've got this donor body, so I can see maybe what was, yeah, it had a little bit of a lip. That is no longer there. Looks like someone was trying to chew it off. It's also got a hole drilled in the back there. $30. No way. Someone's taken the real lens out of this one. I could probably put these two bodies together if I wanted to. So I'm going to stop the video right here because I want to talk about the change of heart that I had with this particular locomotive. There were a lot of issues I ran into with swapping that motor. It wasn't quite as a direct swap as I thought it was going to be. There were some differences in some mounting points. So, just trying to marry the two together just didn't work out as I had planned in my head. But it was a learning experience anyway, and that's one of the things I love so much about this hobby. So that's why I decided to change directions with it completely. Please stick around for parts 2, 3, and 4 of this series for the 221 and see what this thing ended up looking like in the end. I know you're going to love it, because I certainly do. Okay. We have our bolt, wherever it got to. That is definitely enough to get a nut on. I just don't know how I'm going to get that nut down in there. I hope I got that on camera, because I don't know if I can do that again. So, I had the whole thing back together, put it on the track, shorting out. Whatever.